This special presentation was produced in high definition by WEDU, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Sarasota.
High school students raising fish. Doctors making music. Kids creating pots of love. And the Florida summer cliche, shuffleboard, on this volume of a Gulf Coast Journal. Yes.
This WEDU production is exclusively brought to you through a generous grant from the Gulf Coast Community Foundation of Venice, building strong communities, leadership, partnership, and endowed philanthropy.
Dear Journal, usually as we begin one of these programs, we carefully position ourselves on a sunlit beach or along a meandering river, somewhere amid the beauties of nature. This time, however, let us stress the fact people are part of nature too. And in their cities, people can create some beautiful things, and people can do some beautiful things. Downtown Sarasota on a crisp Saturday morning. At an hour when most kids are toying with their cereal or staring at cartoons. Hunter and Sydney Hampton.
Yep, that's as far as it's gonna go.
Are setting up shop.
Well, it's gotta be leaning back. No, it doesn't. Perfect.
Business is blooming for these two young entrepreneurs, founders of Pots of Love.
15 and 20. And then each flower in this pot is $2. Me and my sister started a nonprofit organization called Pots of Love. We make flower pens in colorful pots, and we give them away for a donation. And we donate all the money we get to food allergy research.
Cool. You made this?
Yes. We wrap it around and then put a flower on top.
Oh, I love it.
A creative enterprise inspired by Hunter's food allergies.
When I eat something that, like another seed, my throat will close and I cannot breathe.
A discovery Hunter's parents learned the hard way.
When I was 17 months old, I was given a pecan log roll and I ate it and my head swelled up.
Called the doctor and we double dosed him Benadryl. And they basically said whatever he had, nuts, stay away from for, a while until we think he's old enough to get tested, skin tested or blood tested.
As Hunter grew, so did his list of allergies.
I am allergic to all nuts, seeds, apples, pears, cherries, shellfish, wheat, soy, and dairy.
Which makes the grocery store an obstacle course.
We shop at 3 or 4 different grocery stores now because we can't find all the products at one grocery store. We're learning. We're cooking. I'm not a cook. So I'm trying for him to learn how to have some gluten-free foods that are okay for him.
I'll clean up this one.
Parlaying his food allergies into a fundraiser happened by chance.
We saw it in our driver's license plate and we said, oh, look, that looks pretty cool. We'll try and make those.
From a simple art project sprouted a business. Pots of Love was born.
I'm like, okay, allergy, you can't sell them, what else could you do with them? They're like, we can donate or we can ask for donations and then so that started to snowball.
Hunter picked Duke Medical Center's food allergy research program to donate their proceeds.
Because I want to go to Duke when I'm older.
The young entrepreneurs raised their first $1,000 in 16 months.
They're learning that $7 out of that $10 pot is material.
Their source for materials,
Hey, Sydney, what about this one? That one's fun.
another nonprofit.
How's everybody today?
Good.
Hey, doing great, thanks.
We're a nonprofit.
I understand you do some pretty cool things with these, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. 1610 is your total today.
2, 3.
Assembly is done in a restricted area.
First, we test the pen. We take the pots and we wash them down and take off all the labels. So far, there has been 3 price tags on this one.
Teamwork,
Which one goes better, purple or red? Purple!
occasional power struggles.
Because she likes filling up the pots and she yells if she doesn't.
He said, she says.
Well, sometimes he's like saying you're doing the wrong thing and saying you're not supposed to do that.
And she doesn't wrap the pens tight enough, so my mom and I usually wrap the pens.
But both agree when it's quitting time.
You know when it's done when you can't see through, because can you see Sydney's face? No. So it's done.
The project completed, the passion continued, for the seed has been planted in pots of love.
Perfect.
Speaking of the beautiful things that people do in cities, think about medical people, and think about musical people, and then think about those people who are both.
Hello, Robert. Howdy. How are you today?
I'm good.
Dr. Robert Kozer has a gift for healing.
I think I was born to take care of people. I really enjoy what I do, knowing that I make a difference in people's lives.
And some other gifts, too.
When you're playing music, it doesn't matter where you are or who you're with. It's like meditation.
Dr. Bob regularly trades in his stethoscope for another instrument of healing, sometimes called Mississippi saxophone or harmonica.
It took me a long time before I could bend a note and just go. And once you can learn to bend a note, it just comes natural which note to play next.
Dr. Bob!
The physician has always made space in his life for the musician. Finding an appreciative audience wherever he could, often in bars or restaurants or just in the company of good friends. You can still find him working out the notes in the family garage. This, he says, for him is therapy.
My heart beats like thunder, baby. My tears fell down like rain.
Oh, absolutely, it's therapy, because medicine is just way too stressful.
Bob Kozer isn't the only doctor who finds catharsis in music making.
And I would like to welcome all of you to our first annual Dr. Idol.
On this night, Dr. Bob will compete in an American Idol-style contest for area physicians and their bands.
Because it's about sharing your music, it's about competing, it's about showing people what you can do and how you can play.
The benefit raises funds for the Ear Research Foundation, headed by Dr. Herb Silverstein, an ear specialist and an accomplished jazz musician in his own right.
Jazz has to do with improvisation, and in surgery you're doing a lot of improvisation, and it's very technical. Surgery is very technical, and so is the music. and you get a lot of pleasure out of doing both.
Perhaps those are the parallels which draw the physician to the craft. Music and medicine, both art and science, both healing and, on this night, fun. A harmonic convergence of everything from rock and roll to blues and all the notes in between. And the competition is stiff. Dr. Bob has some secret weapons for this event, an eclectic ensemble of talent. Acquaintances made through music and medicine. The Blues Injectors are showcasing pint-sized drummer Devion Cummings, 7 years old.
I just feel it and feel it and feel it.
And then there's 21-year-old vocalist Danielle Hollabaugh. You can forget that Danielle is without sight, but you will not forget her voice.
I guess there's a sort of energy that exists on stage that doesn't exist anywhere else, and everybody just kind of pumps you up and you're not hesitating, you're just going for everything.
I was surprised how good my doctor was. And I'm hollering, that's my doctor. I was shocked. I was shocked.
We completely rocked the place, and that's exactly what we came to do.
The crowd and the judges agreed.
The winner of Dr. Idol. Dr. Bob and the Blues Injectors.
A big night for a neighborhood doctor who spends far too many hours in sterile exam rooms. But what really makes some doctors such good musicians? The band's bass player has a theory.
They put their heart into it, you know, and the same with their profession. They, you know, physicians, you know, doctors, they do something that a lot of people wouldn't even dare attempt, you know, heal another body, another human soul. That's a pretty big bill to pay, you know. So I think that, you know, they make great musicians because they just put their dedication, their heart into it.
And while he may love an audience, the good doctor doesn't require one. He has his medicine and his music. He has everything he needs. Of course, there are always controversies around the city. Sometimes they're about the schools, what they ought to be teaching and what they shouldn't be teaching. Well, let us take you to one high school now that has something rather unusual in its curriculum, but I think important.
Okay, all right, we're gonna start right here. All right, what I've done, I've filled up this syringe with 20 cc's.
Katrin Rudge likes her students to read books.
And we're gonna see how far Ashley can compress that air.
Almost as much as she likes them to see for themselves.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's quite, well, try it.
And do for themselves.
All right, there we go. Excellent. Okay, now, do you understand what's going on? That affects the students and impacts their learning a lot.
So do the other creatures keeping an eye on students in Sarasota's Riverview High School classroom, including an eel and a shark embryo visible inside its egg.
When you see an animal up close, you might be taking a look at our shark egg and see the development and that whole process. It really gives you a very different appreciation and understanding.
So do field trips to see marine life in its natural habitat.
Yeah, there's one down in the nest. See that one?
But these things, the boat rides on Sarasota Bay, the aquaria in the classroom, the labs the students do, don't make Katrin's class unique.
And the same principle happens when you're scuba diving.
These do.
This setup here is actually how aquaculture is done in Florida.
Concrete burial